some recipes to make for the day. I wrote one down and I printed one, making a bunch of to-do lists. And actually, I had to run to Target this morning to get some diapers, which whole other issue with that, right? I never realized, I mean, I guess I always knew how expensive diapers were. We've always done cloth diapering, which, hold on, short story long. Couple of things I have to say about cloth diapering. We've always done cloth diapering, so it saves a ton of money, but obviously it's a lot more involved in terms of like doing laundry and always having to wash the diapers. If you catch my drift, like when you don't want to wash a diaper. When it's number 2, where was I going with that? Oh, we ran out of diapers. I cannot tell you the amount of times where we're like on our last diaper, no plans to go to the store anytime soon, and I'm like going in the car, looking in different bags, pool bag, like where could there possibly be a loose diaper anywhere, and I'm looking all over for it, right? Well, so I needed diapers. I went to Target today, but hold on, because I still wanted to tell you about a diaper situation. When we used a cloth diaper, obviously you have to wash them. Well, Wolfgang, you know, when we go to the splash pad or whatever, we'll put him in a swim diaper. For a swim diaper, we use our reusable diapers because one, swim diapers are expensive and kind of unnecessary because you can just use the shell of a cloth diaper. And since we have those anyway, that's what we use. I digress. It's like every time we put one on him, he decides that is the moment in time exactly in which he needs to use the potty. We gotta get that boy potty trained. It's a work in progress. Okay, anyway, went to Target, short story long. I got diapers, but I also ended up getting some of these. I've never seen. So Old Bay goldfish, can't tell you the last time I got goldfish or anything Old Bay seasoning. I don't even think I own Old Bay seasoning. I thought this was just for fish. Oh my gosh, I just made the connection. It's for fish. That's pretty funny. So these are actually delicious. And I'm popping these in my mouth thinking, wow, that tastes like ramen noodle or ramen noodles. I don't know, however you pronounce it. My kids love them. My teenagers love them. We don't buy them often, and I personally can't even tell you the last time I had ramen noodles. It used to be a staple for when I was sick. Now I just load up on like hydration drinks and stuff, and that seems to do the trick. Listen, I will be productive today, but first I feel like I need to tell you this anecdote of when I have a very vivid memory of, I don't even know if I was sick. I was just enjoying a nice hot meal in my room growing up. It was ramen noodle with a bunch of sliced up hot dogs and jalapenos, because that's how you do it. My dad always used to like add an egg and a whole bunch of other stuff, but that was my favorite way to eat. The soup with the broth. You have to have it with the broth, okay? I mean, that's how I ate it growing up. Aren't you so glad I told you? Oh, and I was watching Psycho. That might be the best part about that story. It's just a very vivid memory of me eating the soup, watching Psycho in my bedroom. Why was I watching Psycho? Because that's what we did as kids. We didn't have Netflix or Hulu or on-demand anything. Could I have watched the Disney Channel? Sure. Maybe I was waiting for High School Musical to come on. Anyway, these are great. I won't buy them again. I typically like to do the more healthier swaps. Like I haven't had goldfish in a while because we always buy the Annie's like bunnies, and that's what we've been enjoying. And actually they're really good. I find that they're superior to goldfish. And you guys know once a month I always do like a Thrive Market order. And hey, it's that time of the month. I have a Thrive Market order to share with you, and this video is sponsored by Thrive Market. Huge thanks to them for supporting me. Massive thanks to you for supporting me when I have sponsored content. For real, you're a real one. Let me grab the box and I'll share it with you. You guys know how much I love Thrive Market, which is an online membership-based grocery store. They have a huge selection of organic groceries, snacks, eco-friendly cleaning products, non-toxic beauty, kids items, pantry staples, frozen food, and literally so much more. They are on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's super convenient and accessible. I know a lot of people live in more rural areas, so this is a great way to have access to a lot of the things that maybe your local grocery stores don't offer. I live in a large city, and a lot of my local grocery stores don't have the selection that Thrive Market offers. And on top of that, it's super convenient because Thrive Market ships directly to my door on orders over $50, and I always make sure to meet that threshold. And to boot, they ship from a zero waste warehouse, and they have carbon neutral shipping, which is great for the environment. It's great for us because of the quality of products that they offer, and it's great for my wallet because I save a lot of money. It is a membership-based grocery store, and they have two different types of memberships. A yearly membership, which is about $5 a month. It's billed tenfold at $59.95. And then they have a monthly membership. If you just want to test it out for a couple of months, it's $12 a month, and you are going to save that tenfold. I'll pop on the screen how much I saved in just this order alone. They have all kinds of ways to save money on their website. Obviously, they offer rotating deals. And for every paid annual membership, Thrive Market donates a free membership to someone in need. On top of that, they offer a price match guarantee. They also offer a guarantee that if you do the annual membership and then you don't save that $60 throughout the year, they will credit you the difference. But I'm pretty sure I saved more than $60 in just this order alone, which is amazing. I always love to shop the deals. But more than that, like their healthier swaps, like these Cool Ranch Doritos, who I'm choosing Late July Garden Ranch. They have a ton of healthy swaps on there. When it comes to like kid snacks, these Lara bars, a great price, way better than my local grocery store. And then pantry staples, of course, stocking up on ketchup over here. Salsa is always a go-to for me to have in my pantry. And then I always like to stock up on little pouches for Wolfgang when we're on the go. Really convenient to have. And I know what's filled in these are super quality ingredients, because that's what Thrive Market is all about. They have really great products, really great brands for a really great price. And not only can you shop the sales, and this week, Thrive Market is running a sale on their bars and snacks. So it's a great time to sign up and check them out if you have been interested in a while. They always have amazing sales. Summer's coming up, barbecue staples, all the good stuff. So much selection. I love getting my cleaning products from them. I stock up. They were having a really great deal on their liquid IVs. So I stocked up. I love the sugar-free. I'm fully stocked on Element. I get those off of Thrive Market as well. But they also have a liquid IV for kids. My kids love this flavor. It's tropical punch. And since summertime is coming up, it's always a good idea to stock up on these. And all the snacks, because you guys know how kids love to munch all day long during summer. If you use my link in the description box below, you can get 30% off of your first order. And a free gift up to a $60 value. So it's thrivemarket.com/thewads. Check them out and let me know what you think I should try next. Before I get started on whipping some food together, I'm just gonna switch over the laundry. You know, the laundry room always looks good for a very small amount of time. And then it's time to do another load, you know? But anyway, this thing is lingering around my house. If you saw my thrift with me, yes, I got the original Taylor Swift CD. I'm trying to figure out if it's the original where she says, in just another picture to burn, like, I'm gonna tell my friends that you're gay. And I tried to look through the lyrics, but the words are so small, I can't figure it out. And I haven't been able to play it. You guys know she doesn't have a Taylor's version of this, so I haven't been able to bop out to it, because I definitely don't want to support, you know, the people who bought it. But I can't even listen to it because I don't have a CD player. We have one CD player because we still have a car old enough where it still has a CD player in it, because the newer cars, believe it or not, I did not know, do not have CD players in them. Like, what kind of Stone Age stuff are we working with over here? But lucky for us, we have a car that has a CD player in it, and I know that it does because we used to play a CD for Meredith so she would fall asleep in the car. Well, we played it the other day, like a couple of weeks ago. But now that I have this one and I tried to play a CD in it, the old CD is stuck and it won't come out. So I don't know, it might be worth a thrift trip. I'm gonna have to see on Marketplace if anyone is trying to sell a CD player. My computer doesn't have one. Like, what is happening? It's like trying to play a beta tape, you know? All right, well, sad to report, but that's just been here. Don't talk to me about the plastic bags that I got from Target earlier today. So, I don't want to sound like a Karen or anything, but I bought these baskets and I said, hey, like, I have the, oh gross, what is all over my counter? I have these baskets, like, we can put stuff in them, and I also brought my bags. I had, you know, several bags. And she said, okay. And so while I was unloading my cart onto the conveyor belt, she was bagging stuff in bags and then putting it in here, which completely misses the purpose of using the basket. You know what I mean? There's more to that story and I could go on, but I won't. It's just, you know, I get it. It's second nature for her to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna whip together a pool snack. I say pool snack, there's a fly. I say pool snack, but what in the heavens? I say pool snack, but it could really be for anything. After school, lunch, dinner idea. I actually don't even know what they're called. Cold Italian sliders or something to that effect. And I just figured it would be really good for a beach day, for when I'm about to bring my kids to the splash pad, that kind of thing. And it calls for these Hawaiian rolls, and boy, did I spend an arm and a leg on these. Sometimes I really take for granted my Costco membership. I spent more money on this than I do on like the queen size rolls double pack at Costco. Like, this was $8. I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was. I'm really upset about it. But I really wanted to make these sliders, so you know. I also got some fresh produce because I'm making boat dip and some other dip. I also have to make a couple of things. I'm going to my aunt's house tomorrow. It's my uncle's birthday. All right, first I'm gonna throw the sliders together. I just have to tidy up a little. So I think at this point we all know that the Hawaiian rolls, if you make anything inside of these, it's just a nice little way to package them back inside of a bag and have something nice and quick and easy on the go. Oh my gosh, my experience with these, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, that has never happened in my life. Not with the Costco rolls. Costco would never. It's really not that big of a deal. I was going to double this recipe and make 2, but I think I'm just gonna make 1 and see how far that gets me. I'm gonna cut these down the middle. You know how Crumble Cookie has that cutter? It's like basically in the same shape as that one ground beef spatula that everyone raves about. It's like the quadrant thing. Anyway, I feel like the Hawaiian rolls should really come out with a knife. I feel like I would buy that way over that Crumble Cookie cutter. I'm like, I just take a piece of the cookie and break it off. Oh my gosh, see what I mean? I can't be trusted to cut these. Look at paper thin and floppy top. Whatever, good enough. I know they sell like a cake leveler. I don't care about it. What are we doing here? So since this is a macro-friendly foods recipe, you know it's gonna be pumping with the macros. This Sammy has 14 grams of protein in 1 little square. So I'm gonna start by throwing some ham on here. And this ham, honestly, a little questionable. That piece is okay. I don't know, it just looks kind of great. I checked the date, it looks fine. From Sprout, don't get me started, you guys. I told you, I really wanted this, so I had to get the ingredients where I could get the ingredients. Next, we've got some salami. Hello, Clarice. I know we're not finished with this yet, but you know what a great addition to this would be? Banana peppers. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And then I'm gonna jazz it up with a little bit of pepperoni. Subway food. If I had the choice between this and a Publix sub, you know what I'm picking, okay? I feel bad for the people who don't live in a state that has Publix. Cool. Next, I'm going to layer some provolone cheese. Oh my gosh, this is just creamy and silky smooth. Now for the fun part, it does call for some red onion, thinly sliced. Some of my kids will pick this off, but the adults need to eat too, is all I'm saying, okay? If it was me, I would add quadruple that amount and also banana peppers. Hey, did you know at Target they wanted to sell the most piddly amount of iceberg lettuce pre-shredded for, I'm not joking, $4. It was probably 1 cup of shredded lettuce, and you know how much this head of iceberg was, which was shocking just as well. $1.80. It was like $1.79 for this piddly little head of iceberg. I remember when it was 79 cents. Whenever I say stuff like that, I totally feel like a grandparent. I remember when gas was 5 cents. I talk like that, but that makes me laugh too, because that's not at all how like 90-year-olds sound, or 80 or 70. Okay, I love the lettuce. That's probably my favorite part, so I just use as much as you want. I don't really follow sizes. Okay, hold on. We're not done because I'm gonna throw together a quick little dressing. So I'll tell you this, remember that grinder recipe that was going around the internet? That was really good. Elise came out with her own version. I have yet to try it, but I feel like this summer will be a perfect opportunity. Calls for ½ cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I go a little heavy-handed on the red wine vinegar because I just love it. 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. I always want more Parmesan. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Italian seasoning or oregano. Okay, I've got the herbes de Provence. And that is it. And actually, I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan because let's sing it together. I always want more Parmesan, but I'm embarrassed. And if you don't know what song I'm talking about, gather your children around and find the video on the internet. I'll try to link it below, but no promises. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to put this on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem when I find some of her recipes that aren't printable. I don't write the directions down, I just write the list of ingredients. I'm just gonna kind of slop it on top, call it a day. I'm almost 99.9% certain you brush this on the bottom loaf. Okay, top it, cut it, throw away the key. Ooh! Isn't she lovely? I could probably eat all of these. I'm gonna put these out just for my kids for when they get home from school. I'll cut up some strawberries and they can enjoy themselves. Take a peek inside, shall we? Oh yeah. Oh my heck stick. I always want more Italian sliders. I'm gonna put a little bit more right here, a little bit more here, a little bit more here hanging off the edge. All right, how we looking? How we looking? I would put these on a nicer looking platter, but honestly, what's the point, you know? These look good just as they are. I'm about to gobble one because I have to have a chef's taste test, you know? In case I didn't mention it, these were absolutely fantastic. We had them the day after and they were still just as good. Alex ate like 4 of them in one sitting. I think that's a double portion. That's okay. How much protein did it have? Like 18 grams in one little sandwich, or 13, 14, something around that effect. But so fantastic, so great. I love the little punch of like, oh, just a little portable sandwich. It's not too big. It's just enough. It does fill you up, but I can rave about it. I could go on, but I won't. Having these out for snacks with the strawberries, perfect. El dente, if you will. I'm gonna whip up a couple more things. I don't even know where this came from. I love looking at my kids' drawings. So while the hash browns are thawing out, because apparently you need them to be thawed for the breakfast casserole that I'm gonna put together to meal prep for the week, so hopefully it's delicious. I actually was questioning what the nutrition facts are, but I cut them off and didn't print them. So I couldn't care less, actually. It'll be fine as long as I have something to eat when I get home from the gym in the mornings. And while that thaws out, I'm going to throw together the buffalo chicken salad. I think I'm going to half this recipe. It makes a ton of servings, apparently, because it calls for 4 cans of chicken. And that just seems a little outrageous to me. I don't even know if I like it. I debated going back and forth between making this, which is buffalo chicken salad, and she also has a bacon ranch chicken salad on her Instagram. Obviously, this is macro-friendly foods from Elise Ellis, the woman across the room herself. I'm gonna give these a good old drain. You could use fresh chicken, but here's the thing about doing food storage and making sure that you have food for when like a natural disaster happens. You actually have to eat through it. And since it's not football season, which is what I typically make with these, I'm going to make some chicken salad. This is perfect for the summertime because it's nice and light and refreshing. And not to mention, it has 44 grams of protein per serving, which is just like, what? It calls for, well, I'm actually halving the recipe. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it calls for 4 ribs of celery. So I'm just doing 2 here. And honestly, these are like pretty large ribs of celery. And I'm just gonna dice these up. That's good. I'm gonna toss these right in. And then I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of shredded carrots. And can I tell you that my local Target does not sell the pre-shredded carrots, which is probably for the best. Because I've seen some pretty crazy stuff about what they put in shredded carrots and stuff. That's probably more than a 1/4 cup, but I'm just throwing it all in. Doesn't it look so good already? Don't you wanna just take a bite? No? Okay. 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. A true travesty is happening. Only 2 tablespoons. Is this bad? Buffalo sauce doesn't go bad, right? Okay, it just looked weird for a second. It calls for 2 tablespoons for the full amount, so 1 tablespoon, but I go above and beyond, okay? Put in as little or as much as you'd like, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of salt and pepper. And apparently, that's it. 44 grams of protein per serving, my friends. Honestly, how are you gonna call this buffalo chicken salad and have 2 tablespoons of buffalo? I'm just like, if it was me, I was like, I'm gonna do that, you know what I mean? Buffalo sauce is so good. It's so good. Honestly, all this does is make me want buffalo chicken dip, but I feel like this is a good cold replacement. And believe it or not, Elise Ellis does have a macro-friendly buffalo chicken dip. I have yet to try it because mine is just so darn good. All right, bottoms up. I'm just eating it with these wheat thins. That's great. I have goosebumps, I'm not even lying. I don't know why I have goosebumps. I could say I have goosebumps because this is just so dang delicious, which it is, and I feel like that's actually the perfect amount of buffalo sauce. It's not spicy at all, but it has the flavor of it. Well done. Love you, is that okay? These words are my own. I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, that would be great for the beach, great poolside. Great for any outdoor activity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Is this just a cook with me video? What's happening here? I actually forgot, I'm pretty sure I picked up the ingredients to make the Buffalo Ranch chicken dip, so I can throw that together really quick. It seems really quick and easy. That's, you guys know, that's what I love about her recipes. I, however, am fresh out of the slammer. You know who my first call will be to. It's a Taylor Swift reference if you didn't catch it. I don't know what I was going to say, but I think I'm gonna throw it together. I have bacon, I have to thaw. You know what, I'm just gonna do it. I wanted bacon the other day too, and I was like, I have to thaw it out, like, what is this, a pound and a half each? I don't want a pound and a half of bacon. That's why buying the pre-cooked bacon is so great, because I'm like, okay, if I just need a couple slices, a boom boom. You know what I made the other day with bacon? Al dente. It was so good. I haven't been filming the dinners that I make, but maybe just telling you, it was on my meal plan. Did you see when I was meal planning? I made the bacon rancher burger. 20 out of 10. You might just think, oh, it's a burger. No, it's not. No, it's not. You take it back. You know, I thought I wasn't a burger gal. Turns out, I haven't been making them to my liking this entire time. Like, I'll eat a hamburger, but I'm not like, ooh man, I want a hamburger. But with those, I was like, oh my gosh, when is it breakfast? I'm ready for a burger. And it was quick and simple and easy to make. The entire family enjoyed it. And that is precisely what I love about her meal plans. Switches things up. It gets me out of my comfort zone, trying new recipes, but it's not to the point where I'm like, this has 700 ingredients that I don't have. You know what I mean? I always have them, most of the time. So I'm gonna throw together the breakfast casserole. Isn't this ironic? Okay, one of our friends gave us this huge honkin' bag of cheese because he went to Target, and I was explaining to you guys the other day where I came home from Target with things that I didn't get. It was like 2 deodorant sticks, so random. It's because their bagging system, you know, it's just off. Anyway, they came home with this huge honkin' bag of cheese, and they don't even eat cheese, so we're like, okay, I'll use it. But that's my short story long for explaining why I'm not shredding my own cheese. Not that it needs an explanation. But I am going to start to work on the breakfast casserole, because butterfly, we gotta see this casserole, Pioneer Woman style. And I am going to dice up a red bell pepper and some green onions. And aside from pre-cooking a couple things, it's pretty minimal effort. And honestly, that's what I'm all about these days. And plus, this is a huge casserole, 9 by 13. So I'm gonna have this baby for a while. So like Mother's Day breakfast, check. I was going to do a whole recipe on Mother's Day brunch ideas. Is it too late to do that? Should I just do like brunch ideas? I feel like that ship has sailed. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it this year. 6 green onions. Well, I have 5, and I feel like this is a lot of green onions. And you guys know how much I love onions, so that's saying a lot. I'm just going to chop these up. Fantastico. Al dente. Bellissima. I'm gonna cook the veggies with the meat. So I have 1 pound of sausage. I think it calls for breakfast sausage. You guys, I can't with the maple and stuff. Not when you're combining it with like veggies and eggs and all that good stuff. If you like it, you do it, but I just get mild pork sausage. I'm just gonna smush this down and get it going. I'm gonna throw my veggies right in here too. And while that's cooking, oh my gosh, I love so much the smell of peppers and onions cooking. And when you add sausage to that mixture, just brings it to a whole new level. But while that's cooking, I am going to mix together 10 eggs. These are not fresh from my garden, and I've been so used to cracking my garden eggs. My garden, oh my gosh, my chickens, their shells are so thick, and these are flimsy, and look at those pasty white yolks. Actually, they're not that bad. Anyway, 10 eggs going in. The veggies are done cooking. They cook up pretty fast, so I'm just gonna pull them to the side and let them cool. Don't worry, that was from breakfast this morning. It's fine, I actually live here. I'll clean it up later, don't worry. Back to the egg mixture. I'm just gonna give these a nice whisk. To the eggs, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. It's gonna bring a lot of richness to the dish. 1 tablespoon of Dijon, and then some Tabasco sauce. A couple tablespoons of this, 1 to 2 depending on how hot you want it. And boy, oh boy, do I remember eating Tabasco sauce out of a metal measuring cup like this and just dipping celery in it. One of my friends at a sleepover when I was in, who knows, elementary school, middle school, was doing it, and I was like, man, that looks good. My mouth is salivating just thinking about it. Turns out it was good. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of salt and pepper too. Okay, apparently I'm supposed to have some more scallions to put in here. Green onion. I don't know where. Whatever, I'm moving on. 1 1/2 cups of cheese I'm throwing in here, and some hash browns that have been thawing out. Look at that magic. Why is it so hard to find hash browns these days? This is like a 30-ounce bag, and now all of a sudden the amount of salt and pepper I put in here just doesn't seem like enough, so I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna mix all of this together just to get it combined before I add the sausage mixture in here too. One thing I love about this casserole is that I'm not pre-cooking the eggs like sometimes I do. I just, for whatever reason, I don't like doing that. Like when I make breakfast enchiladas. This is cooled slightly. I don't want to cook the eggs, so I'm just gonna temper them a little bit by adding a little bit of the sausage mixture to get them used to the temperature change. And then I'm just gonna drop the rest in here. And I have my oven set to 350 degrees. Well, this looks great. This looks so good. I'm going to grease a 9x13 dish and then give it the old dump. So here's where my dilemma hits. You're supposed to cover this with foil, cook it for 50 minutes, then remove the foil, sprinkle it with cheese, and cook for another, like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes. I am without foil, so I'm gonna have to just figure that out. I don't know how that, I've been out of foil for probably 4 months, and somehow I've managed. Here's the breakfast casserole after it's been cooking for 50 minutes. I covered it with some parchment paper. And now I'm just gonna sprinkle cheese all over the top. I think it's supposed to be 1.5 cups, but I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to cover it. Back in the oven for 15 minutes. Here it is after it cooked for 10 to 15 minutes, I can't remember. Just until the cheese was melted. And it's actually the perfect amount of Tabasco sauce. It has the flavor, not really spice. I don't know, I think it's absolutely perfect. Did you see that cheese pull? It tastes so great. The only thing I would change in the future is maybe more veggies. I like a ton of veggies in my egg, like breakfast casserole kind of thing, but this is really good. I mean, potato's a vegetable, right? I'm dicing up a pound of chicken. I'm going to start on the bacon ranch chicken salad. After that last chicken salad, oh my gosh, it was so dang good. And she shared that recipe years ago. I don't know what took me so long to give it a shot. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I bet it's gonna blow my socks off. And then I'm gonna have lunch and snacks covered for the rest of the week. It's actually perfect. I'm sure for this recipe you can use canned chicken breast as well, but I have this cooked chicken, so I'm just going to dice it up. And in the comments someone said, oh, this would be really good on a sandwich. So I feel like in a croissant, or maybe by the spoonful, however you want to eat it. So I have 1 pound of diced up cooked chicken, and then I did cook just 6 slices of bacon. Normally I go above and beyond. Am I supposed to dice this up? Where's my recipe? Normally I go above and beyond and cook up like 12 slices because that's how I live my life. But my pan could only hold 6. I slightly overcooked it, but I feel like it'll be good. I'm chopping it into really small pieces because I feel like that way I'll get a piece of bacon with every bite. Next, I'm going to slice up a 1/4 cup of green onion. And then a couple tablespoons of parsley. So I'm just gonna grab a little bundle here and call that good. Next, I'm going to grab a bowl and start adding the dressing ingredients. So I'm gonna throw in 1/2 cup of ranch, 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt, And I'm adding it this way just because I'm too lazy to like wash an extra spoon, okay? The Greek yogurt is a healthy swap. Hardly any flavor, but it has a lot of protein in there. So I'm adding garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and some onion powder. I feel like dill would be a great addition to this. And there's actually a salad recipe that I just found that calls for dill, so maybe I'll make that next time. Let me whisk this together before I start adding all the chunky ingredients. I feel like dill would be a really good complement to the ranch dressing in there. Or you can make homemade ranch and then add as much dill as you want. So I'm gonna throw in the chicken, the bacon, parsley, green onion, all of it. Isn't she a beauty too? And it smells really good. I'm just gonna give this a nice mix. I'm not gonna lie, parsley is probably one of my least favorite herbs. Okay, there it is. Doesn't look as cute now. Going in for a little taste test. Gotta get a little bit of everything on the cracker. Bon appetit. Oh yeah, this would be really great on like a hoagie roll or a bun. Even a cracker is great, but then, you know, the chunky pieces are a little much. Oh my gosh, I just got the smokiness. Ooh! Love it. I'm gonna go in for some more. 11 out of 10, would recommend. I'm gonna get some folding done before I start. Well, I don't even know if I told you, but it's Brownie Friday, Friday. She will be forever immortalized for that song. And I'm gonna make some brownies. I'm not sure what kind. I took the book down to see if the kids were interested in anything. You know what, I just feel like, wasn't it just Friday? And I have been binging off of those brownies for way too long. I think last week I made the cookie with the brownie on top. Actually, those went pretty fast, but you know what lingered around? The whoopie pies. So like one a day, I've just been you know what I mean? So I feel like I should maybe make some macro-friendly brownies, but I also don't feel like I have the ingredients. Okay, I have these baskets. I need to figure out a situation for up there because it's just not working for me. And I checked the IKEA website the other day and they are still out of stock on our hallway closets. We have to put our hallway closet built-ins together from IKEA, but they're out of stock on the frame. So we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. I can't wait any longer. I can't live like this anymore. But hey, this is what I got from Target. It was in one of the bins just now. You guys know I love Element first and foremost. Love Liquid IV. Their new sugar-free flavors. I've never seen this one before. This is Rainbow Sherbet, and I just feel like a great addition to our hydration station. I think the kids are gonna love that flavor, and it's sugar-free. Like, what? I don't like sherbet, but I don't know, maybe they will. So I guess I'll give you a glimpse on what's happening up here. I actually don't even know what to do. I just know that it needs to not look like that. So here is the solution that I figured out, and I ended up getting the longer bins at Target, just a couple of the and none of the longer bins are here. I think they're in Avelina's room, full of clothes that she's needing to put away. I'm not gonna lie, it scares me a little bit to be up here. Like all of this basket is full of Christmas clothes that could go into a Christmas bin. There's some Halloween costumes in there. I don't know. Whenever I wash something that doesn't belong really anywhere, I throw it up here. And then this, don't ask me what's in here. Oh, attachments to my Bissell cleaner, the one that I never use. So like I could either put that in the garage, like this is literal garbage. I got a problem. This is an attachment to something I don't care about. Oh, a smoke detector. I have dryer balls that I literally don't use. Like, why am I keeping these? Don't ask me questions. I do like the basket. You know what? I'm gonna use them. No, I won't. Yeah, I probably won't. I thought about it for a second. All of these table linens I used to store in the linen closet by Wentworth's bathroom. But then we just ended up needing like it's too many to store in there. So then I just started storing them up here, which also like probably isn't the best storage solution, but it's the only one I got. You work with what you have, figure it the heck out. Oh my gosh, how many do we have? It barely all fits in one basket, and honestly I could probably divvy it up into two. I think these are the blueprints to our house. Oh, it's not! Oh my gosh, are you ready to see a cutie patoot? Cutie patoot, Avelina! Oh, isn't she a vision? So cute. All right, that's one. Oh, and then this is the other one. Oh, I just love these so much. Look how cute. I used to have a really large picture frame in the playroom. Oh, they're so cute. Look how little they are. You know what? It's true. The good times go by too fast. They grow up too fast. It just doesn't seem fair. I told Alex if I had to touch this or deal with it again, then I was going to put it in the donate pile. So there it comes. And then typically I put the overflow of like beach towels up here. All right, this is overflowing, so I'm gonna make a second Christmas basket. And somehow now 2 baskets are overflowing. All right, and then the towel is going up. Al dente. Well, that looks worse than I thought it would. Still better than it looked before. I don't, it's whatever. What? Not me looking up dessert recipes. It's like Brownie Friday comes around once a year. What do I do with these? Did I just say once a year? Once a week, and I still have no idea what I'm gonna, I mean, sure I can go classic and just make brownies, but where's the fun in classic brownies? Hey, I didn't know I had essential oils at the bottom of this. Coconut? Oh my gosh. This brings me back to when I was 16, driving around in my first car. This is what my car smelled like. Coconut. Love. And then, oh my gosh, this used to be my favorite essential oil. Doesn't hit like it used to. I enjoy it. I mean, for an essential oil, it's fantastic. Citrus cream. It's from Eden's Garden, which is one of my favorite. If you like essential oils, I always just enjoy diffusing them. Obviously, I used to put them on my wool balls whenever I would throw them in the dryer. I guess I can try doing that again. I probably won't do it. Ever since I discovered Magic Candle Company, oh my gosh, okay. Hold on. Did I tell you about it? Oh, I let Wolfgang spray it because it was all gone. Listen, I haven't looked yet. Okay, I didn't even take a picture of it, so you have nothing to compare it to. But yesterday we had Crunchwrap Supreme Casserole. And so it called for like, you know, that yellow fake cheese. Well, Wolfgang was eating it. It's gone. It's gone. He was eating it, had it all over his hands. And, you know, obviously he's like touching me all the time. So I had a big glop of it all over. Dried, caked on, liquid fake chemical cheese. And it was all over this, and now it's gone. The amount of times that I've used, oh, what am I even talking about? Miss Messy Mouth Stain Remover, or whatever the heck it's called. A rose by any other name. Let me tell you a little story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll try to make it concise and to the point. So what had happened was Eleanor had a chorus recital. I don't know who these socks belong to. I can't wear socks. Eleanor had a chorus recital, and she was needing to wear her chorus shirt. Listen, I thought it was over. We've been to like 17 chorus recitals in the past week. Well, sure enough, there was one more. And when you know it, on the last one, we discovered that she had like pink red stains on her shirt. It had been washed and dried. I don't know what got on it. I don't know what it was. All I know is it looked horrible. So I took that stain remover and sprayed it on all the stains. Mind you, we needed to leave the house in 20 minutes. So I threw it in the wash, did a quick wash, which I have never done before. Quick wash, did that, it came out. It came out! The stuff was magic. I couldn't even believe it. Don't ask me how it got dried though, okay? So I threw it in the dryer before we had to go, maybe 5 minutes. Took it out, it was so damp. And I was like, you know what? We live in Florida, it'll dry in the sunshine. She actually had 2 things to go to that day. She had something with her acrobatics class, which is like, oh my gosh, I love watching her do acro and dance and all of that stuff because her lines are just so exquisite. It makes me want to cry. She's just so amazing. Anyway, so during that, while we were waiting for that, I had it on a hanger and I was just walking in the sun with it. And then Alex found a fan. He like tried to put it on the fan. It was a whole thing. And then once we got inside, I put it in the car because I was like, the car is gonna get to 200 degrees because it was, you know, it's Florida. And so that's exciting. I just hung it up in the car and it dried in the car. And by the time her recital came around, it was dry. But oh my gosh, what an adventure that was. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, Kim, your kids have so many things. How do you make it to all of them? We don't. Can I give you an example of me being the worst parent in the world? So you know how we have like 5 kids and stuff, and we do our best to make it to everything, but inevitably some things just fall through the cracks. If it's not me going, then it's Alex going, you know, one of us staying home to watch the baby. Sometimes we'll hire a babysitter to go and like watch it if it's something important or if it's a longer event or something like that. What I'm getting at is we try our best to make it work. But something happened the other day, and Avelina came home and she was wearing her, you know, like a special school shirt that she has. And I was like, oh, like what were you wearing that for? And she said, oh, I had an awards ceremony this morning. I said, what? Say that again. Did I miss an awards ceremony? I can't even believe it. I missed an awards ceremony. Very nonchalant, just like that. Oh, I had an awards ceremony today. I'm sorry, what? Mind you, we just went to an awards ceremony for sports like a month ago. It was for winter sports. Oh, great, that's fantastic. Well, guess what? She also did summer sports. Oh, and guess what? She also did spring sports and whatever sport, all the sports. And she actually got awarded this special thing because she did all of the sports. And we weren't there for her, to support her, to encourage her, to show her, oh my gosh, you're amazing. And we missed it. And she's like, oh, it's no big deal, like it's fine. It is a big deal. I really beat myself up over it, and I still do, and I feel horrible about it, and I can't even believe, but it's like their school sends 700, it's the end of the year. On a regular Tuesday in September, they send 500 emails a day. At the end of the school year, they send 900 emails a day. Almost impossible to keep up with. Obviously, it's part of the reason is because we have so many kids going there. And I love that their school does so many different things. It's just, you know, it's a lot. We've been at their school almost every single day for the past 2 weeks, even the weekends. I'm kidding, just one day out of the weekends. But still, I was like, how did we miss that? How did you know? Like, why didn't you tell us when you were on your way to school that morning that you got dressed in your polo because you knew something was about to, like, wait, did you nothing to tell us? And she's like, no, it's just like not even a big deal. Anyway, things happen, life goes on. We try not to have those moments very often, but it's inevitable. So there's my failure for the week. Although honestly, I have probably 800 more fail. Like I fail every day as a parent. I do my best, but boy, do I fail. So if you're feeling bad about yourself or you think, oh my gosh, everyone else, blah, 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 like, I mean, that's why you're here, right? Because you know, when you come here, you're gonna see that I don't have my life together. But I do my best every single day.
That's not the only event we've missed. We missed one more this year, and it was Eleanor's, I don't even know what officially it was called, like classroom barbecue. And to our defense, it was rescheduled. So the first one, we were up, reared, ready to go, whatever that saying is. And then they canceled it. Fast forward, I'm not exaggerating, 4 months at least, maybe even more than that. And they had another one. And it slipped my mind. I never added it to the calendar. You know, it's like one of those, hey, we're postponing and here's the day. Like, obviously the emails were, hey, we're postponing, date to come. And, you know, they'll mention it a couple more times. And then when they finally mention the date is like the time that I didn't have a moment to add it to the calendar or whatever. So that slipped through the cracks. So yeah, it happens. I personally don't like when that happens. I like to be there for everything, even if it's a little thing like that. But obviously, that's life, okay? C'est la vie. And life goes on, and we can hang our hat on the fact that we make it to everything that we can, okay? We do our best. Speaking of doing our best, I'm looking around our house, and, you know, there's just little projects and little things that we need to do. Still with the addition, we moved in, and I feel like it kind of put a pin in things that needed to continue to roll and continue to happen. It was kind of like, oh, they're moved in. And in our brains mentally, in some capacity, we thought they're moved in, it's done. But there's still so much work to be done. Their linen closet needs shelving that has yet to be addressed. We have no plans for it. Like the linen closets, like in the hallway, I guess the hallway closets, those are a whole other thing. But the linen closet in their bathroom, we have no plans for. The built-ins for Eleanor's room, we have yet to finalize those plans or pay a deposit, you know, like that kind of thing. And then also their back lanai, I have kind of a vision in my head of how I want it to go, but also nothing concrete. And we got a couple of quotes and it just kind of ended there. So we have to get that ball rolling. Like little things around the house. I mean, those aren't little. Those are like big paycheck items, which is easy to procrastinate on those and drag our feet because we're like, oh, you know, in our minds, we're saving money, but really we're just prolonging the process. It's like those people who go on no buy weeks where it's like, okay, I'm not going to buy anything this week. But then at the end of the week, like you still need to buy those things. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. So it never made sense to me to do something like that. I guess for like unnecessary spending. I digress. Like there's a handle on my cabinet that I actually fixed last night, and you can't see it in this shot, but there's a handle that I don't know if a little tot stepped on it to try to get a cup or something, but it fell off. And so I just needed to like screw it back in. And what did it take me? 2 weeks to do something small like that? Where, whatever. Things like that. Sometimes I feel like my life is just hanging on by the seams, but I keep reminding myself like summer is coming, summer is coming. Not that I think like summer is the end all be all, or like, oh, I'll be able to finally catch my breath in summer. Like I still have little ones that wake up at the crack of dawn, you know what I mean? So, and then the bigger ones don't go to bed until the crack of dawn. So it's like hardly any break, but that's life. That's mom life. And we'll get there. Summertime is rolling around and I'm excited for it. It's, you know, somewhat of a break with all of the activities, and then you replace it with all of the fun activities that you want to do with the kids, hopefully. I see a lot in our future, a lot of water play because, oh my gosh, this morning we were at the park and it was 90 degrees. It was rough, but it seems to be, like the kids seem to be unfazed by it. Especially Wentworth, he was doing soccer practice, literally 2.5 hours running around. Running for 2.5 hours, sweating buckets. And I'm like, oh my gosh, to be a child again. I'm like sitting in the shade sweating, looking at him. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having some good summer plans. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Let's start with that. And I don't know what's to come in our summer, honestly. I feel like we're still trying to figure part of that out. The Titanic experience, obviously, is on my list of things to do, but we haven't really looked into too much at this point. Something else, obviously, is Disney, and I did order a couple of new scents. It's not my fault. It's really not my fault. It's the podcast I listened to. They started talking about the scents, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to go get that one. Not those scents specifically, but like scents throughout the park. And I thought, ooh, I don't know what that smells like. Let me go. If they like it, maybe I'll like it, you know? So anyway, I'm waiting for that package to come in. I'll share that with you. I only got 3. I say only. And it's funny is because the day before I was looking and I was like, oh, I ran out of a couple more because I use them so frequently. I guess it's good that I use them, you know? It'd be different like the DW candles I love, but I don't really burn them. I just have them and store them. So at least these, the oils I'm rotating through. Anyway, that's my justification for it because I almost, you know, put it on a pause and was like, okay, let's just use what I have. But there's so many scents that I haven't tried, so I'm excited about trying some. Anyway, I cleaned out that whoopie pie maker finally, like the first time in 10 years. And holy crap, did it need a good scrub down with a lot of elbow grease. Happy to get that done. Just wiping down the rest of the counters and tidying up my kitchen for the rest of the day because, you know, oh my gosh, and I didn't even share what we made for brownie-wise. We just did normal Ghirardelli brownies, just run-of-the-mill. Avelina made them. She's a pro at it. And then we had movie night. Obviously, we watched Wonka again because we are obsessed. But I hope you guys had a good weekend. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm about to run out the door. I have to pick up Eleanor before we head to one of my families, is having a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. And I did make some dip for it, which I was going to share in this video, but then I was like, forget it. It's like already compiled, packed with too much stuff anyway. It's long enough, right? Maybe for the next time. And in my head, I still want to do the Mother's Day recipes, but I'll get there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget to check out Thrive Market. My link will be in the description box below for you to get 30% off of your groceries. What are you waiting for? It's the deal of a lifetime. I'll see you next time. Bye.